Victoria Rose here, founder and CCO, Chief Creativity Officer of the Live Life Show. In my lifetime, I have, just like you have, worn many, many hats. Solo traveller, soldier, self-published, best-selling author, the Queen of LiveStream, and many, many more. The role that has been the most important of all and gave the biggest learnings, I will say, has been the role of mother. Welcome to the Live Life Show, where I share in each and every episode heart keys to live a fearless life of remarkable joy. I'll see you on the inside. Welcome to the inside. Thank you for finding the time to join me today in season 5, episode 7. I'm so excited about what we get to chat about. I'm here in lockdown in St Agnes Water in Queensland. Oh, a heart. Thank you so much for the heart. And I don't know where the heck you are. Where in the world are you? As I'm going through my session today, please let me know, where are you? What do you feel about my thoughts today around life patterns? Because this is absolutely the true. Where you are in your life right now is because of something that you keep doing over and over again. And one of the really good things, lockdown has brought situations that have been tragic for so many. For some, it's also given them the opportunity to, oh, thank you. A beautiful setting, I know. Oh, I finally managed to use a green screen. I have a secret about using green screen, and I'm going to reveal it to you in another episode. So one of the things that's really caused anguish, I guess you could say, is that people now do have time to reflect, and they are looking back on their life, and they are looking back on the patterns and what they've done, and they're looking at where they are now, and many of them aren't that happy actually with where they are now. But I'm here to say that you are a magnificent and powerful being, and we often, as a matter of fact, rarely do we actually own that. You are a creator. Have a look at what you've already created in your life thus far. And you have the absolute power to change that. All it takes is for you to see the pattern. So this is why I had this situation where actually a dilemma. And this is our first point in our session today. Do I stay where I am? I rather enjoy being the technician. Believe it or not, I know you're not going to believe this, because here I am out here sharing my message only because this message means a lot to me. This message is something that I think one or two of you might actually like. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. I know. And it might help you. I think not only was I born with a science fiction book in my hand, I already was a trainer at birth, Some of the things that we remember in our childhood, in high school, I don't think I've ever shared this before. I actually lined up. I am the eldest of 5, and I got all their teddies and dolls and things, those others, brother and sisters, and I lined them up, and I actually did my homework to them. I'd forgotten all about that. So there's little tips and things that happen to us that help us see uh, who we are and what our life patterns are. Now, have you ever said or done something and thought to yourself almost immediately afterwards, crikey? You might not have said crikey. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? Like crazy stuff. Well, there's a very, very good reason why you said it and why you did it. Again, you are a magnificent human being. You have incredible powers as a creator, and you can create a life that you'd prefer. So let's get on with what I want to share with you today. So remember, please comment if you can think of someone that might like to see this session today. Please share it with them. You can share right now, or you can share after the session has finished. So the first one is, here I am in a recent dilemma, which actually led to this entire live stream. What should I do? Should I remain that technician, as I was saying before? Oh, thank you for the heart. Or should I step up into the shoes of the CEO? As a technician, I'm quite happy puddling around in the background, doing bits and pieces. And as I said before, you're probably doubting that because here I am in the front ground. Absolutely sharing, but that's because your passion is there to share whatever it is you want to share. So, should I take this step? Because I could stay as a technician. The world needs technicians. The world needs people that are happy puddling along in the background. Not everyone needs to step up to be the CEO. So this caused me to have a reflection to look back, like I recommend that you do. Yeah, I mean, you do that. You know, the interesting thing about humans, though, and I bet you're like this, that when you look back, all you can see is the mistakes that you made, the wrong decisions that you took, and instead of being open to, okay, what did I learn from that? Not all of you, some of you, and not all the time. A lot of people, though, do go, well, bad me. Look at me, I'm worth less, I'm hopeless. And so we run off to get someone else's advice or to uh, do another course. I'll put my hand up for that one. Do another course or take a medication because it's overwhelming and we're so stressed out and we don't trust ourselves and have a look at what we actually already know. And to do that, it's really good to go back and figure out what your life patterns are. Now, I'm going to share with you. So this is the second part. So this is the second point of what I'm sharing with you today. As I look back in my life, I'm sitting here on this veranda in a purple sofa, and it's a treetop veranda. It's almost winter, winter cometh, but up here in Queensland, one can sit out in and be very comfortable with the sun streaming through the tree tops. And I just sat there and I had everything turned off. I wasn't in front of my computer. Everything was away. And I thought, okay, what do I do here? And I did look back on my life, and here I will share just some of my life patterns that I picked up and how that reflection, that it's an interesting thing to do, and lockdown gives us the opportunity to do that and realize how powerful it is, and then to create, as the world's slowly moving out of lockdown, to create your life where you do have this reflection, even though sometimes it is painful. So the first thing that I thought about, so I'll share this with you. I'm sure you've got stuff to share as well, or you can remember things that you did in your life as you're looking back and you can see the patterns and you keep doing the same things. And sometimes it works for you and sometimes it doesn't work for you. So here I am as a 29-year-old. My sister, the second youngest sister, said, I want to join the Army Reserves. And would you come with me? Because I'm scared. So, I'm the eldest sister. Of course, I'll go with her. So I went along that day. And yep, I joined up and she didn't. She did join up about 8 to 10 years later. But in that moment, I could see all of the benefits. The reality, of course, was an interesting experience, but I never ever regretted for 1 minute that I did step up. I did take that step to become an Army reservist. I had a 4.5-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old child, and I was still married then. But I'll tell you that story another time. Here I am as an Army reservist, and I had been promoted to the very first possible promotion, which is one stripe on the sleeve, which is slang. You're called a lance jack, but a lance corporal. I only have one stripe. And I started to notice pretty quickly that abuse of power that absolutely happens. And make no mistake, all of those reality shows you may have watched about how, especially the American ones, but Australia does it too, where you have the sergeant or the corporal right up shouting in the face of the person. Do you know, I've just got to pop this up. Thank you, Jennifer. This is so true. It's absolutely crazy that we keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. And the reason why that happens, thank you, Jennifer. That is so true, Jen. So true. Now, one of the reasons why that happens is because we don't take the time to look at the result of doing that thing. And then, so that's the first thing we do. The second thing is we blame others. It's never our fault that it didn't work out. Have you noticed that? We become a victim and, oh, that didn't happen and this didn't happen. So it's their fault that my big bright idea didn't actually work. So we're not owning our right as a powerful creator. And you know, even though some of you, I mean, you may be chuckling, me, a powerful creator? Oh, yes, indeed. Just have a look at your life now. Look at what you've created. Now, if you don't own that you've created that, then who did create it? I ask you, who did create it? And if you're going to give that power to others, then you are hopeless, you are powerless. You're like a bit of flotsam and jetsam on the sea of life. And that's not where I want to be. Remember, this show is all about the heart keys to a fearless life of remarkable joy. If you're a bit of flotsam and jetsam on the sea of life, you're not experiencing remarkable joy. I don't think so. Anyway, so here I am, back now as a Lance Jack and noticing this abuse of power. One day, and then one day I did the promotion courses, which is again that life pattern that you've probably picked out already. And I was promoted to a corporal. And one day, here I am, being given a lawful command by a warrant officer. You may or may not know that in the military, and it's really vital that they have this in place, when you salute or obey the order or command from a higher rank, then the thing that's laid down is that you may not like the person, but you must respect the rank. Now, notice that I said lawful command. So here I am one day as a corporal, and this warrant officer, class 2, gave me a lawful command, and it was crazy. I don't know. Have you noticed how many lawful? Have they really been lawful? Anyway, I digress. Have you noticed the lawful commands that we're being given as sovereign beings, as people here living in this country, paying our taxes with certain rights? Yep. Well, I wonder if that is that you must respect the rank. But here's the thing that I've realized people have to earn. Yes, we may have voted them in, but they still have to earn the position that they're actually in. Back to the army and this actual lawful command. And of course, I had to do it because it was a lawful command. I just knew that it would not serve the soldiers. And that was when I made the decision that I would go for promotion and rise up through the ranks till I got to a position, to a rank where I would make a difference. Of course, you can't make a difference everywhere, but you can make a difference. You know, as they say, if your life has improved the life of one other, then your life here on this mortal plane has been well spent. So that's one of the examples that I'd like to share is that really, I didn't see it then, of course, because I wasn't old enough. I was 31 or something, what my actual life pattern is. So then the other one, matter of fact, I made lots of notes about this because this got quite intense. There we go. What was the other one? Oh, I recognize that I am an early adopter. I see something and I go, wow, I can see the benefit of that. And so I jump into it. Now, I don't know if you've ever gone live on Periscope. Have you? Well, I did, and this was probably about 6 years ago. And for a whole year, I live streamed just using my mobile phone. I live streamed walking along the bay down in Melbourne and sent my message then out to the world. It was an experience every weekday for one whole year. Then I realized that my message was not getting out to the people that I wanted it to get out to. So that was when I stepped up and decided to be better at what I'm doing. And that's when I did my search to find a third party. I'm a Mac gal, as you should know, and find a third party tool that I could use that would help me get my message across in an engaging and interactive way. And I've stayed with them all this time. So that's the second a thing that I want to share with you, incident I want to share with you, where I demonstrated what my particular life pattern then was. Okay. And the last one that I will share with you is and there are others, by the way, but I just chose three. I do believe in food as medicine. When we're having a look at what's happening in our world today, there is so much advice on what you can do, what you can take, how you can eat to help build up your immune system so that you have a less chance of even getting those mild symptoms of COVID-19. However, it appears to me that so many people are waiting for a vaccine, an untried, untested vaccine. So, what does this say to me? Come on, guys. Who knows if that vaccine is even going to be actually created and one that you would be gutsy enough to allow to be injected into your body. And so what if you did something now? What if you stepped up and said, okay, there's got to be another way. All of these people are banging on about food as medicine and nutrition and vitamins and zinc and this and that. Could there be something in it? Well, I have long known that there is something in food as a medicine. And I learned this as a young mum, because by then I was a single mum and bringing up my two children. And I wanted to do the best for them. Now, remember, these are in the days before the internet. So I didn't have an amazing ability to check out so many different perspectives. No, 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 it was limited then. And so I believed that margarine was good for you. I won't go any further than saying that I actually fed my children margarine. Thankfully, I must have done enough other things that I've done correctly that they're strong, they're healthy, they're rarely sick. So I'm really grateful for that, much like their mum, actually. So, what did I do when I heard about this online health and wellness shopping platform 3 years ago? It's Australian. I thought, you know what? I am going to become a part of that. So I joined, so I stepped up. And especially now, I mean, who would have believed that what's happening is actually happening? I mean, if someone could have said to you 6 months ago, well, this is what's going to happen to the world in 6 months' time, you would have laughed them. Oh, you conspiracy theorist, you would have said, that's rubbish. And yet, here we are with the unbelievable, the unthinkable, and we have a long way to go yet. Not only is there this second wave of infection that they're saying it will happen, because that's what happens with pandemics, we've also got the incredible economic fallout. I have no clue how it's all going to involve, and it doesn't seem like any of the leaders do either. But here's the thing that I do know is people have to shop online if they want the variety. So here at Agnes Water in Queensland, I have the ability to shop at two supermarkets. One I wouldn't bother going to, I won't name them. The other one is Foodworks. And Foodworks, they're fine. I tried to get dried Australian apricots. Impossible. Have you noticed that the dried Australian apricots or dried apricots are not from Australia? Australian dried apricots, whether you're being patriotic or not, are the best apricots. Come on, you know that, yeah? So I'm very limited to what Foodworks here in Agnes Water has decided is the best for the people that live in this area. And they've been guided, I hope, by what people have told them. It's not actually what I want. So having the ability to order superfoods, safe beauty, safe personal care, and the list goes on, online and have it delivered to your door is brilliant. So there and again, yes, absolutely. Thank you for that thumbs up. So there we have. I've revealed stuff that I do throughout my life, and it wasn't until I had this recent dilemma, do I step up here? I could so easily remain the technician. I just love it. But if you are happy remaining the technician, and that could translate to sweeping the road or whatever it is that people can do these days. It's a bit difficult to give an example now. It's no judgment on what you're actually doing. What it is asking if what you're doing, does it fulfill what you believe your purpose here is? Does it give you joy? Joy. Does it give you joy to do that? And even though I can happily puddle around, or poodle, as one of my friends says, as the technician, based on my life pattern, it would stop giving me joy. So I have decided, I took the decision, that's it. I'm going to step into being the CEO, and I'm really excited about this. It's something that I learnt about 2 years ago, and I've started my own small business in that about a year and a half ago. And now though, I do need to step up, because my mission, my objective is to make a difference. That's really important to me. And who knows, I could be making a difference to you one day. I hope that what I've shared here in this session has been useful to you. Please have a look at your life patterns. Now, this is where I'm going to do this. Thank you, Jennifer. Oh, thanks, Jen. I'm just going to bring you up. It's thank you for my authenticity. Surprisingly, not everyone likes me. I even had one young woman in one of my training sessions put on the feedback form and that fake laugh, as though, hello, this is not a fake laugh, right? Let me tell you that if I was going to have a fake laugh, it would be a much prettier laugh than the laugh that I actually have. But I own my laugh and I own who I am. And I have to ask myself, just like you need to ask yourself, if I'm appealing to everyone, then I'm actually saying no one. I know, Jen. What? How could someone say that? Yeah, trust me. It's a true story. I have so many stories to share. I don't need to make stuff up. Besides, the stuff that's true is way more weird than anything that we could actually make up. So, what is the hard key for this session today? So, the hard key is pretty obvious, right? What are your life patterns? You've got quite a few of them I've already mentioned in money, in relationships, in jobs, career, in certain friends, how you respond and react in those certain parts of your life. Uh, in exercise, in being healthy, in staying fit, what are your life patterns? So have a really close look at what's happening at the results. Now, don't blame lockdown. Please don't blame lockdown. What lockdown, yes, some things are tragic. Don't blame lockdown right now. Let's put that aside and let's have a look. You've got time now, hopefully, to have a look at the results that you're getting in your life. Now, if you've got thumbs up, then bravo you. If you've got one thumb up and one thumb down, then perhaps have a look at what you would give a thumbs down. You have the power to change it. You have free will. All you need to do is decide that you are that powerful creator, because you've created your life right up until now. All of those little decisions that you've made. So, do they serve you? You decide. Don't be one of those lying on your deathbed having the regrets about what you didn't do, not what you did do, what you didn't do in your life, your precious life of remarkable joy. Thank you for joining me today. I'll be back again 11 a.m. next Thursday, and I'll have another scintillating has it been scintillating episode for you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you now. Where are you? Oh, here we go. Bye.